British food is good. I know. It's been good for a very long time. It's just that we've been brainwashed by other countries into thinking that their food is better. Yes, we've all heard the jokes that we eat like rationing never ended, that our idea of spice, pepper, how Piers Morgan would sell Kent for a halfway decent curry.
Traitor.
That was then, and this is now, and I'm not backing down. Because today, we're talking about the most underrated, unserious, and weirdly emotional dish on the British Christmas table. Bubble and Squeak.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment.
It's not sexy. It will not be served on a slate with a foam reduction. But it is ours. It's cabbage, it's potatoes, it's history. Sometimes it's fried, but it's always fun. And if that doesn't stir something deep in your soul, then I'm sorry, but you've been overboiled by modernity. And it's one of the only things that unites four nations with wildly different languages, stories, and histories without starting a referendum. Not all heroes wear aprons. Some come in cast iron. Yes, I'm doing a video about potatoes and cabbage.
I can't help myself. I like good food, okay?
This is culture. I know, it's just leftovers. But maybe that's exactly why it matters. In a country obsessed with reinvention, this is something that we never stopped making. And it's worth talking about. Because we don't need a red hat to remember that Britain was and is great. We just need to remember that history isn't only dates and battles. Because history is what connects the furthest point in Cornwall to the tip of the Scottish Highlands. It's food. It's architecture. It's a red phone box, and I know I have an obsession with them, but I love them. It's the hedgerows and the fields and the stone walls that we drive past without licking, and it's the regional dishes that we still make today. So I'm just going to say it, but British food has been slandered.
Lies and smears and slander.
We are a nation currently being emotionally gaslit by Deliveroo and Instagram food trends. Every dish has to sizzle, smash, or arrive on a plank, like they're auditioning for Love Island, the Sunday roast edition. Meanwhile, Bubble and Squeak is like, "Hi, I'm from the fridge. You saw me yesterday and I'm still here today, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm just here to heal." Yes, it's called nostalgic in food magazines, which is code for we don't get it, but we're scared to admit that it's good. But it's not nostalgic, it's relevant. Now, I would have filmed this as a full-on cooking video, whispering lashings of butter, like I'm seducing a carrot or serenading a squash.
I love you. I never wish to be parted from you from this day on.
But alas, my kitchen has the ambiance of a 1980s dentist waiting room, and the lighting is less chef and more Edwardian seance. So instead, we're taking a festival tour through the beauty of Bubble and Squeak and its cousins from across the UK. If trifle is emotional chaos layered in glass,
then beef sautéed with peas and onions.
Bubble and Squeak is humble harmony. It's peace. It's what trifle wishes it was for all of us on a cold day. So if you've ever seen any of my other videos, especially my one on gentrificated, a word that I invented, you'll know that I talk a lot about how we are terrible at defending our own history. We take a red phone box, this iconic little pillar of national identity, and what do? We turn it into a book swap, or worse, a coffee kiosk. And I know it's better than demolishing it, but modern Britain is where you can get an oat milk flat white in a national symbol, but not an ounce of architectural dignity. We erase the things that once united us all, bit by bit, under the illusion of updating. And yet Bubble and Squeak, it refuses to be gentrificated. You can smother it in cheese sauce, yes. And of course you can drown it in gravy. You can even, and I say this carefully, air fry it. Because this dish has survived 2 world wars, 3 housing crises, and Jamie Oliver probably trying to make it healthier. It's the anti-Instagram dish. So you know what Bubble and Squeak really reminds me of? Reusing Christmas wrapping paper. You don't get it when you're little. In fact, you actually think it's a bit weird, kind of stingy. You're like, Mom, why are you smoothing out the wrap like it's a relic? But then you get older and you realize that it's actually kind of genius. Sorry, Mom. Bubble and Squeak is that, but edible. It's still good, albeit slightly crumpled, but it's full of love. So I'm going to be very, very, very English for a second. I love the Union, which I know basically makes me public enemy number one in at least 3 parts of it, potentially even in all parts of it.
You're tacky and I hate you.
We have different flags, different ballads, different grudges. But when it comes to humble, homely, pan-delivered goodness, each corner of the UK has their own take. In Scotland, there's Rumble to Thumps, which sounds like a Kaylee accident and a minor Hogwarts injury, when it's actually heartwarming Scottish food. It's made from mashed potato, cabbage or kale, and onion. It's usually baked with cheese on top. And in Ireland, there's colcannon and champ, the buttery mashed potato dreams that hug your insides. Colcannon is mashed potato with kale or cabbage and tons of butter. And champ is kind of similar, but it's just with spring onions instead of cabbage. And in Wales, there's Tyson Nynod. Tyson Nynod. Tyson Nynod. Tyson Nynod? I really need to learn the languages of the other countries of the UK, don't I? I'll put that on my 2026 New Year's resolutions list. Tyson Nynod, a kind of onion cake that says, I look good and I'm delicious. Made with potatoes, onions, and sometimes leek or cheese, and it's usually baked like a casserole. And in good old England, there's Bubble and Squeak. Fried, chaotic, and slightly wild looking. Like it looks like it's a culinary crime scene, but it only is if you don't eat it. And it's fried with leftover potatoes and cabbage, sometimes sprouts, carrots, whatever's left in the tray, really. We are 4 countries who can't agree on border policy, but will happily reimagine potatoes and cabbage mixed with other ingredients and call it dinner. That is heritage! And that, my friends, is how we unite our kingdom. So here's the real reason that this dish matters. It's not just nostalgic. It's not just comfort food or tradition. It's proof. Proof that we, as a country, are held together not by politics or algorithms or perfect presentation, but by memory, traditions, and celebration. Bubble and Squeak is Britain. Christmas is one of the few times a year we let ourselves remember. We remember what we lost, who we were, and we remember the people who stood in the kitchen, gave us warm food when we were cold, and made us feel safe. And Bubble and Squeak, it remembers with you. Because you're not just eating something old, you are making something with its roots in history. You're preserving the act of preserving. And in a world that forgets everything, that is sacred. You're part of a country that might not agree on much, but will all show up for a potato. We are 4 nations, different voices, different grievances, but still held together by a frying pan. We each have our own different recipes, we add bits in, and we emphasize the parts that matter. Bubble and Squeak isn't just what's left. It's what we create, what we choose from what we have, and it's what lasts. I feel like Bubble and Squeak is quiet resilience, crispy loyalty, cabbagey affection with added in favourites. It's all of us. So Merry Christmas, and may your frying pans be forever seasoned. So please let me know if you have Bubble and Squeak, or actually just tell me what you do with your festive leftovers. But as always, please do think about having a like and subscribing, and please have a very, very lovely end to 2025. Thanks.